All right then, this is going to be working the hip flexors from a different configuration. So this is seated, and I'm using an ankle weight on one ankle. And to set this up right here, when I'm talking about compression, I'm talking about the tension of the hip flexors that causes you or enables you to hold your thigh in as close as you can, and ideally pulling the whole upper leg into your torso and finding full contact from there. And what I'm going to do from here is just work this as one leg at a time. Now, there's no perfect way to set yourself up, but you're going to be seated, and this very much depends just how much you can activate this, how tight your glutes are, how tight your hamstrings are, but take the basic configuration, the basic pattern of what I'm showing for you, and look for the sensation that makes the muscles of your thigh light up, in particular right at the hinge of the hip, right where your leg connects. Now, I'm going to keep my right foot down. That heel's going to press into the floor. I'm going to lean back a little bit. So I've got my left hand behind me, and my right hand is going to go behind my left knee. Now, I'm pulling my left thigh in close. And to make it a little bit easier, I can sit back a little bit. And if you can't quite close the gap, this is fine, but pull the thigh in tight. You might want to sit a little bit further forward. You could even sit up on a yoga block or on a stool and prop your butt up off the floor, and that might make this a little bit easier just to get into the initial position. Now, my base leg, my right leg, is going to keep pressing down. I'm going to keep my left leg pulled in with my right hand. So I'm pulling the thigh in right away, and I'm using my right hand to find that compressed position. Now I'm going to work this further because I'm going to go back and forth, bending from the left knee and lifting my foot. So I'm going to lean back, pull the thigh in close, and I'm actively tensing up the muscles around here. So I'm trying to feel that tension and tense into it even more, and that can be a little odd to dial into if you're not used to that. But then from here, I'm just going to go for repetitions. I'm going to bring my left foot up as high as I can and tense up the thigh, and then come back down, and then bring it up and tense the thigh as completely as I can, and then come back down. If I want to make it harder, I'll lean forward and bring this up, tense up the thigh, and come back down, and I can go even further forward, tense with the thigh, keeping that contact here, and come back down. I'll put my hand forward so I don't have to, fall forward into my leg and go back and forth. Now, after you've done this a few times, you are definitely going to feel a lot more tension right here. If you need to back off, again, you can sit up a little bit higher, you can lean back further, and even if you can't get the leg in quite, just try to press your low back forward and close the gap as much as you can. You can lean back to this point here, and maybe you only lift the foot a little bit, as long as you're holding onto that tension here, and basically the upper part of the thigh getting into the quads. You're going after basically the kind of muscle activation that you're looking for. So just keep that in mind. This is basically working things one leg at a time, introducing a little bit more resistance, and working from the lever of the knee to keep everything pulled in. Because it's a lot different compressing here with a bent leg, and then compressing here with the leg straightened, especially with the extra weight where that foot wants to come down and the muscles have to tense up even harder. And if I let go of that weight, it's all just muscle tension, keep the leg in place. So go ahead, give it a try.